where we are. I don't want you please see this note, so that it will after when I send this notes to you, it will be easy, like what are the topics which I had listed here. Okay, so till now we had seen competencies, then I'm showing you the opportunities here. So there are like which are the institutes that are been supporting the entrepreneurship, then the financial institutes which are supporting like IDBI, IFCI, ICICI, State Financial Corporation, and nowadays even State Bank of India is also giving term loans to entrepreneur also. And then I had given some R&D laboratories which are being in supportive with an entrepreneurship like CSIR, CIPET, ETDC, ERTL. Okay, then what are the availability of land, industrial estates that we had seen yesterday, like TSIIC, Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, which is supporting in terms of infrastructure. Okay, it will give you the land, it will allow you to choose the land from industrial estate. There are different industrial estates like it is in Maulali, Balanagar. Now the new India industrial estate is being developed in Shamshabad also. Now they are giving the lands to not even to even the small scale industries, and even for the multinational companies also they are providing at a very low cost. Okay, and at a low cost based on their the company structure, they are giving the lands. Okay, so I had shown you to whom we have to approach. You please visit the website if you are in a point to raise a company or any startup. You can please visit them, talk to them. There are even a boats chat section in that also. So you can chat with them, and it will help you to whom you have to approach. Okay, then we had I've written about challenges. So in the PPT I had clearly here only few points are written, but in PPT I have elaborated in terms of a tree diagram. I will show you that that will help you a lot, where you can elaborate it more. Where is the diagram? I'll show you. Let me check it. Yes, this is the diagram what I had taken, I had made. So challenges are again subdivided into mindset hurdles, money challenges, business problems, and life concern. And again I had divided this into different subdivisions. Okay, so this diagram will help you in writing the answer in the exam. If they'll ask you what are the challenges that are being faced by an entrepreneur, if you draw the diagram, actually the examiner will always focus on the diagram or the graphical representation, or a tree diagram or a list view. It will help an examiner to focus on the paper. Okay, so you can draw this diagram and then explain the notes what I made here. Wait, what I wrote it here. Okay, the points which are written here. Okay, so then after this I had written a topic called entrepreneurship and economic growth. So yesterday some like a few students said that because of entrepreneurship there is an introduction of new products, there is a more scope of innovation. So the same points I had written here: the introduction of new points, use of new method of production, opening a new market. Because of entrepreneurship, see, entrepreneurship is like just it is in a central stage where it is linking the material, it is linking the employment. It's a linkage between material, machine, land, employment, marketing strategies. All these are interlinked by an entrepreneur. So that's the role of without an entrepreneur, these all sectors there will be an up and downs. Okay, so see, sometimes in like in 2000 in 2013 I guess there was a recession. There was a recession and many people lost their jobs. Okay, so an entrepreneurship is always linked with the recession, and it is always linked with the market. So you have to see what is whether your product is influencing the marketing area or not. All this you have to focus it. Okay, so these are the some of the points where an entrepreneur is helping an economy. It is helping in increasing the GDP. It is helping in increasing the standard of living. Okay. The more GDP, the more per capita income of a country, the more will be the economic rate, the more will be the economy, the more will be the cash flow transactions. Because of this, the trading will there will be obviously there will be an influencing in the trading. So that's why the more entrepreneur, the more will be the development to the developing country. Our countries and in a developing country, so still we need more innovation, the more changes in the changes in the market, right? So that's the reason why an entrepreneur must be there in a country. Okay. Then these all are the this it's a notes regarding the topic called entrepreneurship and economic growth. It is elaborated more. You can take some points from here. Okay. So coming to the next topic, what I had written is here is a small scale industries in India. Okay. So so when you attempt this about small, if they'll ask you to write about small scale industries in India or in any nation, you have to write why you need a small scale industry. Start writing the question why you need the small scale industry, and how the small scale industry is helping the country in terms of economically and socially. So first start writing the introduction in this way, and then continue what is the definition of small scale industry, then write the objectives of small scale industry. So in PPT I had written, still I have given many slides on the small scale, like in terms of steps or in terms of approaches. Those also you can include it. Okay. Then the next topic is on linkage among small, medium, and heavy industries. Like why you need a linkage, or why you have to have a mutual concern between the small, medium, and the large industries. Because large industries, they will produce a large units, and the products will have a more technically in nature. So as we know, time is also a constraint to us. Okay. So the what this large scale industry they will do, they will tie up with an other firm, and they will take the ancillary components, or sometimes the large scale unit they will take the components, they will take the manufactured components from the small scale unit, and they will market it. They will do the marketing. They will not manufacture it, but they will do the marketing. Okay. So there are some firms only, they will only manufacture and they will supply, but they will not do the marketing. But some large scale units which they have already the brand logo, the branded structure, what they will do, they will take this products and they will sell it. The best example is you can see the fans. Okay. The fan manufacturing unit, what they will do, the Crompton, I think so, the Crompton, what it will do, it will take the good already manufactured fans from the other firm, and they will put their logo and they will buy it. I'm sorry, they will sell it. They will sell it. Okay. So based on their branded nature, they will sell it in the market. Okay. So this is a linkage between the small, medium, and heavy industries. So you can use this notes, and now I will show you the PPT also. That PPT I will share you in the files, your department. That is still elaborated. Still you can get a more information on it. Then this the next topic is in the Indian industrial environment, that I will show you. Just it's a notes, what is the scenario of an Indian industrial environment before independence and after independence. What are the main features they were following, and then these features were there was a changes. There was a major changes because of because of addition of a private sector. The industrial policies were changed, and we had seen some of the industrial acts like MSME Act. There are partnership act based on your ownership forms based on your for different forms, the industrial the structure will change. Okay, then the next topic what I had written here is the types and forms of enterprises. Okay, so I had classified types of enterprises into three different varieties. One is service based, trading based, and marketing enterprises. So here I had given some ample examples like which comes under service enterprises and which comes under trading enterprises. Okay, then I had given then the next topic was forms of enterprises. I had written it, I had classified into four different types. So for each type of forms I had written the definition. Then I had written the what are the characteristics that the sole proprietor should be, what are the advantages. Okay, so that I had shown you a picture yesterday in PPT. I will show it to you again. So this was the picture where I had just divided it into four different in terms of the basis on the comparison. I had highlighted it. The same thing I had written here, so you can have a look on it. Okay, then this I have elaborated. So for the partnership I had given the definition, what are the characteristics, what are the advantages, okay, what are the disadvantages. And then again for the joint stock, or you can simply call it as a private company, I had given a definition, characteristics, merits and demerits. Then for the cooperative society, for the cooperative organizations, I had given the definition. Then I had given the advantages and limitations. Okay, this will help you a lot in elaborating the answer. Then for today's topic, I will continue this topic at 12:10. Like the next what I written is what is a business, what are the different types of business you have. So that I will explain you in terms of a diagram. I had framed one diagram here that I'll explain you at 12:10. So I had framed one diagram yesterday. It will help you clearly. It will help you which types of business are there in this society, that I will explain you. Then I have this is totally about the business, what are the types of, this comes the important topic. So in your short answer questions they will ask you compare a small scale unit and ancillary unit. So an ancillary unit is the one which will produce the components to the large scale unit not less than 50%. In the sense, more than 50% it has to give the product, it has to manufacture the products, and it has to supply to the large scale unit. Okay, so then I had yesterday I had given different types of units. One is small scale unit, second one is ancillary unit, second one is large scale unit. Then I had said about what is a tiny unit. Okay, so this
Excuse
is
me, ma'am.
yes,
Can you explain ancillary unit, ma'am?
ancillary unit. Okay, fine, let me first read on what is the can I read what the definition here?
Yes, ma'am. Once
Um,
explain it briefly.
Okay, fine. So ancillary unit, let me first read here so that everyone will see. Then I will explain. Ancillary unit, a small scale industry producing items for large industries needed costly machinery and equipment. These industries were producing standardized goods of high precision to suit the requirements of big and reputed large scale units, and installation of costly testing equipment was also necessary. At least 50% of the annual production meant for the at least 50%, let me highlight here. Okay, so I had highlighted here at least 50% of the annual production is meant for large scale industry is termed as ancillary industry. Okay, let me explain till here. Okay, what is an ancillary unit is how to explain. Okay, the same what the example what I had taken I will explain you. There is a Maruti car, the annual production of the Maruti car for an year, annual production for an year. Annual production is nothing but the production which is done in an year, isn't it? So if it is producing 500 cars, okay, 500 cars, they will take an ancillary unit. There are different types of tires producing companies like MRF, Apollo tires. There is different breeds done, okay. So these they will take as ancillary unit. Let's say they had taken Apollo tires as an ancillary unit. So this Apollo tires, they have to produce the tires to the company at least 50% of their production, okay. So they are producing 500 cars, at least they have to supply 250. Like you can ask me, tires means for 250 cars they have to produce the tires. For one car they will produce 5 or 6 tires. 6 is a stepney, 2 is stepney, 4 is for the front and rear, okay. So they have to provide for 250 cars how many tires are needed. So that many tires should be produced by the ancillary unit, and they have to supply it. If they fail to supply it, they will not consider Apollo tires as an ancillary unit. They will go for the next, they will go for an alternative. Did you understand the example what I had explained here?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Yes. So Apollo tires is acting as an ancillary unit. If and only if if it gives the tires for 250 cars only, then it acts as an ancillary unit. Is it okay? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. But how
Yes.
is small scale unit is different from ancillary
Yes,
unit,
a
ma'am?
small scale unit is not about the number of production. Small scale unit, just they will say some, like let's say I'm telling a small scale, I'm a large scale unit and you're a small scale unit. I will just take the tender from you that I need a 10 items of product. You are just concerned about 10 items, but you are not concerned about my production rate. Small scale unit is only concerned about the number of products. They are independent units, but ancillary units are dependent on the production of the parent. I mean, they are dependent on the large scale unit. Did you got my point? Small scale unit is not dependent on the production number, the number of productions that are doing by a large scale unit. They will just supply if and only if they get instruction from the large scale unit. But ancillary unit is the one, they must give at least 50% of production. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Still any doubts, you can ask me or you can text me. I will share. If you are not understanding, I will share some PDF what I get it from any textbooks or any from the net also. I will share you. You didn't understand?
Understood, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Okay, so then I had given an explanation here about small scale ancillary unit, large scale unit. There is also a tiny unit, also a tiny unit where the investment in the machinery and equipment is up to 25 lakhs or more than 25 lakhs, and generally this tiny units will be in towns and villages. Okay, so because of this, the employment will increase in towns. They will encourage the employees to enter into this unit, thereby the employment rate also will increase. Okay, why they are putting small scale units in all the rural areas is nothing but they will help in gathering the employees, and they will help in investing the capital, and the marketing will change. But large scale unit, they will always think about the profitability. Their strategies are higher when compared to small scale unit. That's why there are more small scale units in our country. More are small scale units, less is large scale unit. The ratio is 1:2. Okay, so this is about unit 1. My notes, this is my notes which I had written stepwise, and I had interlinked this with the PPT. The whatever the diagrams, I didn't include the diagrams in this, so you can draw some diagrams, the floor, the tree diagrams from the PPT, and you can elaborate it. Okay, is it okay? Is this note useful to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I will share this notes to you. I think I had kept this, I don't know. Let me see. Did I keep or not? I will see it. Yes, I had kept one notes and PPT also, and this PPT is not. This is a it's not a latest version. I will put the latest version today so that all the topics will be covered in it. Okay, now let's see your assignments. Let me see your assignments. I will just see one or two assignments today. Where is the assignments? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, so that you have to see your assignments. Zero returned. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Aurada, P. Aurada. She didn't attempt it. 4017 not returned. Sudeshna. Why this is happening? I'm insisting you to send. Why none of you had sent? Anyone who had sent the assignment, tell your name. I will check. Bharadwaj. Who is Bharadwaj? Is he there? Ramani Saumya. Ramani Saumya. Ramani, are you there? Hello? Ramani, are you there?
And she
Raman,
is not in the class.
yes?
She
She's
is
not.
not in the class present.
Okay, let me check her assignment. Bottom of from top of bottom. Okay, few ideas on startup. Are you seeing this assignment?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please see this assignment. Do not take it like ma'am is putting all assignments in front of the screen. I just wanted to see two or three examples how you are writing. Okay, few ideas on startup and their procedure. Starting a business seems like a mountain of a task, but amount of time, money, risk involved all depends on business idea you chase. Yes, it's true. Contrary to popular belief, there are actually many ways to start a business. Focus less on the logistics, upfront cost, and more on getting started. Very good. There are some low investment ideas that make a great entry point for a beginners. Yes, very good. You still need to come with a solid idea, but you can bypass many. Okay, few low investment business ideas is launch your own book. Yeah, very good. Create an online fashion boutique, sell handmade goods, design, sell print on demand t-shirts, create digital courses. Yes, how many of you agree to this? How many of you have an idea of starting a startup with a low investment? Please raise your hand. Okay, Jahangir, Saket. Okay, seven of you have an idea of starting with a low investment. So yesterday I had shown one website like franchisebazaar.com. Please visit that. How many of you have an idea of franchising a company? How many of you have an idea of franchising? Okay, Shivasai is having an idea. Shivasai, can you share your experience about what is a franchising? Rama Krishna, can you share it?
Ma'am, franchise is an already built up company with a brand of its own,
Yes.
and a reputed name of its own.
Okay. Okay. So what, like if you want to franchise any company, did you approach any company?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Not yet. Did you visit that franchisebazaar.com? Yesterday I had seen there are with no money also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so you can see that so where you can start, there are franchises. I was really shocked, like there are franchises even for educational institutes also now. Times Institute, Times.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, now Times is giving franchise to the people. Like now they had started a preschool in under Times. Okay, so it is franchising preschool under the name of Times. So you can visit that, and there is a Coffee Day Express also, that is also a free franchise. Okay, if you were asking me about some Pizza Hut, I think so. Yes, day before yesterday, it is not without money. You have to pay royalty fee to them. Okay, then let me go back to this. Yes,
We need capital, right, ma'am, for a franchise.
what you need?
Capital amount, right, ma'am?
Yes, you need to have a capital. It looks easy. Actually, it looks easy, but it's tough because based on the brand, the fee they take will differ. Okay, it's not easy to maintain a franchise. You have to go accordingly to that branding nature also. So I think that, hello, my voice is let me check. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, is it okay? My voice is audible. Is it clear?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, fine. Then let me go what she had written here. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes, you can talk.
Ma'am, for a well-known company, we need a large amount of capital, no, ma'am, for franchising.
Yes,
For
yes.
example, Keystone or KFC or McDonald's.
Yes. McDonald's. McDonald's is an example of franchising. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, because they won't give for low capital.
Yes. Yeah.
At least they need a large amount of capital. So if we look at that, we need large amount, no, ma'am.
Yes.
Then how can a budding entrepreneur choose that?
Yes. Yes, I said you right. It is totally based on the putting capital in your hands is very, very important. There are different means of getting loans. There are many institutes which are supporting an young entrepreneur. What I will do, I will study on it in the next class. Actually, this is really quite interesting. Like very young students, young students, they wanted to do all this work, but they don't know how to get money, isn't it? That's the problem. So I will see what are the institutes or how to approach in getting capital. That I will study on various websites. I will give a PPT presentation to you in the next week. Okay.
Ma'am, so
Yes.
no bank will give a loan for a franchise, right, ma'am?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it's not our own idea, no.
Yes. 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 You are true.
Because it is someone else's idea, so they won't give. I
They
think
won't give you. They won't give you. Oh, yes.
so.
Yes.
Because it is like we are just following them, right?
Yes, you are true. We will see. We will search how we can get the capital to franchise a company. I will search. Even meanwhile, request all the students, please search. All the information is available in website now. Everything is digitalized. If I just type something, you will get some information. Okay, so keep on trying on Sundays or weekends. Just instead of browsing YouTube, you can browse it. Okay, even even in my sleep also, I will be thinking of what to deliver in the PPT. I am so connected to this subject. It is like a practical subject whereby you can get the information very easily, right? So you can also try study on it. By next week, I will ensure I will do one I will study on it, and I will show you in the PPT or in any website means. Also, I will try to get how can a student, how can a young entrepreneur can get money or a capital investment for setting up a franchise, or just for undertaking a company from a branded structure. Let's study on it. Okay, then coming back to this assignment what Ramani had written. She had written the procedure, like how to start a company. She took launching a own book, it seems. Then very good, she had written very good, and she had taken Zomato as a case study. Zomato as a case study, very good. She had written the milestones of vision of that, milestones of that company, what are the success factors, okay, what are the marketing strategies, what are the investments. Very good assignment she had written. So I expect like this way, like so your ideas and taking the work from successful entrepreneurs will motivate you, isn't it? It will motivate you and it will help you. Okay, so very good assignment. Still anything you wanted to talk? Any students? Any you do you have any doubts? Do you have any doubts? Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Yes. So please mute your mics. Yes. So in today's session, I had shown my notes. Just few points I had repeated. We had seen one of the assignment your friend had written, and then we had discussed some of the points regarding franchise. Okay, the class is very interesting today. So then we will be back now with the PPT. Its time is now 12:08. We'll wait for 2 more minutes. Let civil people attend the class, and I will explain the PPT, the slides which are left over for today's session. And thereby we'll complete unit 1 today, and by Monday we'll start unit 2. Is it okay with you? Is it okay?
Yes,
Triple
ma'am.
people, let me check.
Yes, ma'am.
Civil people had attended. No, only one student had attended. Let's wait for them. Till that time, you can go through the PPT. I will put one of the slide to you so that you can read. I think this slide will help you. Role of entrepreneurship in economic growth. Please read for 2 minutes. Civil people, did they attend the class? Okay. Slowly they are attending the class now.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good
Mary
morning,
Sanjaya
ma'am.
here.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. I'm waiting for civil people.
Okay.
Ma'am, I made you as presenter now.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Triple E people, I will correct the assignments by today evening, and I will return it back. You can see the feedback written by me. So today I have just seen only one assignment. There are many assignments who didn't write. I'm really sorry about this. Please take it seriously. Assignment is not for just marks. Marks is not at all an important, as you all are final year students. Marks is not a constraint. I had given an assignment like share your ideas on a startup. It's just a sharing an ideas. Very few had written. Triple E people, I all again you have time. You can submit it. There is no mandatory here like Tuesday evening. There is nothing like closing of assignment here. You can submit it by today evening or tomorrow evening, or you can take this week also, but try to share your ideas. This subject is only to motivate the students to put a startup or a company, but rather than academic point of view, I always say please submit the assignment, share your ideas. Triple E people, I request you. Even civil people, many of you didn't attempt it. I had given the feedback as no work question mark. You can see my feedback also. I request all the students once again, please submit the assignment, not for the marks. I'm saying you not for the marks, just share your ideas. Or you can just simply send a case study. Example, just now I had given read one case study what Ramani has written on Zomato. So you can take any of the case study, and you can explain it. You can explain it in terms of PDF or whatever the format you're comfortable. You can submit it. Civil people also, many of you didn't submit it. Just I had given the feedback. Okay, fine. Now we'll start the PPT session. I'm going back to the PPT now. Is the PPT visible to you? Is the PPT visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, civil people. So let's continue. Today is the last session for Unit 1, whereby we'll conclude the Unit 1 today, and from Monday we'll start Unit 2. Unit 1 will be the last class today. So yesterday I had asked one question in the previous question paper, like what is the role of entrepreneurship in economic growth. Okay, so few of you had answered like because of an entrepreneurship, or because of an entrepreneur in a society. Because of an entrepreneur in our society, there is an introduction of a new product. New products are arised because of private sector, and new method of production is been increasing. And some of them said that because of entrepreneurship, innovation is being increased, and because of entrepreneur there is an increase in employment. Okay, new form of organization is being started, and there is a new source of raw material. So that's why an entrepreneurship, the role of entrepreneurship has been increased because of the changes in economic rate, or because of changes in innovation, or because of changes in the structure of a market. Okay, then one point I had given here is economic growth depends on rate of innovation and rate of technical progress in economic field. So I will justify this sentence is like previously I had said that entrepreneur is a lifeline of a nation, lifeline of a nation. So he is a person where he's trying to innovate it. Innovation is nothing but a best example why an entrepreneur wants an innovation. See now, in the lockdown period, what all the people, even myself, I was sitting idle. I was not having any thoughts in my mind, so I have to pass my time. So I had started seeing YouTube. In YouTube there were more videos on cooking, isn't it? So what I did, I wanted to utilize my time. I wanted to do something new. I wanted to learn something new in my home. So I started cooking. I started seeing the videos and I started cooking. So I started something innovative things in my cooking. Before lockdown, I used to just do cooking just for a sake to eat, come to the college, then go back to home, and just this was a daily routine. But now what happened, because of time is available to me, so I started doing something innovative thing in the cooking area. The same thing, the business person, if he's having a profits, if he's fetching a profits in his area, what he will do, he wants to upgrade it. In order to upgrade it, he will think of doing something innovative thing or something changes in the structure. So that leads to an innovation. Because of innovation, new things will come on, right? New things will come on, and this leads to a change in economy or change in standard of living. I keep on repeating this word economy, standard of living. I'm using some technical terms like GDP, per capita income. So these all words will help you in writing the exam. Okay, writing technically, writing the answer in your exam in pages and pages or in sentence and sentence will not give you marks. But add on adding some technical words, just writing one sentence with a technical word. Take another example of writing 10 sentences with your own words, the same marks you will get. Okay, so you have to use this technical words in this subject. Okay, then had in this slide what I had given, entrepreneurship leads to industrialization. So because of the role of entrepreneur, there is a change in the structure of industrialization. Before the entrepreneur role, it was a stagnant stage, because as everything was under public's undertaking, it was a stagnant. There was nothing change in the product, just manufacturing releasing. But now, because of the hand of entrepreneur in this society, there is a change in industrialization. There is a better linkage on all the sectors. Okay, because of this, the tertiary sectors, or you can simply take the secondary sectors, like generation of electricity, exploitation of natural resources, networking, communication system, expansion, all these are interlinked. Is it visible to you? My voice is audible? I'm sorry, my voice is audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Because just now I got a sound, that's why I'm having a doubt on it. Okay, okay, coming back to this, like, so that's why there is a linkage between all the sectors, like electricity generation, natural resources, exploitation of natural resources, networking, IT sector has been mostly dependent on the entrepreneur. Okay, because of networking, because of communication, because of marketing channels. There is a more upgradation of marketing channels. Okay, because of this, the trading has been increased. All these, the linkage is very finely maintained because of an entrepreneur. So in the exam, yesterday I have asked a question, so you can add on all these points and you can elaborate it. Okay, coming to this topic, Indian industrial environment. So this is a topic in your syllabus in unit 1. So they asked you to explain about Indian industrial environment. So what I had given here, government adopted an industrial policy from 1956, in the sense after the independence. Before the independence, what had happened, like many countries, uh, any disturbance? Any disturbance? I got a sound now. No disturbance, right? Can I continue? Okay. So before independence, we had a barter
Ma'am,
system.
somebody have raised their hand. I think because of that you're getting that.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Let me see.
Oh,
Who had raised the hands? Any doubts you have?
no, they lowered it now.
Ma'am, it's
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, it's me, ma'am, Saumya.
Okay.
Sorry, ma'am, I couldn't attend the class in the beginning. It was a network issue.
Okay.
So I raised my hand
Okay,
just to
fine.
inform this.
No, you want me to repeat the class or
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You can
Oh,
continue the class.
okay, fine. Thank you. Ma'am,
Thank you.
actually, ma'am, Mary, ma'am, if they are raising the hands, I'm unable to see when I'm sharing the PPT here.
Yes, ma'am. That is true. I'll inform you, ma'am.
Okay,
If
okay,
somebody is
okay.
raising their hand, I'll give you the intimation.
Okay, fine. So, okay, so what industrial environment was there in before independence? Like many countries, they started doing the business with our country, like French, British, all those countries. They started entering into our country. So the industrial environment was totally different. Before, in the ancient days, we had a barter system. How many of you know what is a barter system? How many of you know the barter system? Please
Without
talk.
money exchanging of products, madam.
Yes, exchanging of products without the money. Like you, if you want a mobile phone or you are in a need of mobile phone, I will give my mobile phone. If I'm in need of some spices, you will be giving it. Okay, so it was that in the ancient days. After this, all countries started investing in our country. The industrialization was totally changed. Now, what happened from 1956? There was an act. I will show you the PPT again. Okay, there was an act from 1956 which had given some certain objectives. Okay, let me read. The first objective is to accelerate the rate of economic growth through speedy industrialization. So what they had said, like they wanted to have accelerating is nothing but to have an increase in economic growth, right? So they wanted to change the total industrial policies, and thereby they wanted to increase the economic growth. Okay, then they started to develop heavy industries, machine building industries. Okay, then they started expanding the public sector. Okay, then they had built up a large growing cooperative sector. Okay, what is a cooperative sector? Yesterday we had discussed. Cooperative is nothing but it is just a society where it is like all of each of all for it is like a mutual understanding of a company. Like in introducing this cooperative sectors will help you in exploiting in all the sector, instead of being a sole proprietor or a single one man show or a one man person of a company. If you have a cooperative society, the ideas will be, you can share the ideas, or you can share the profits, or you can share the capital. So one student asked me just now, madam, we are upcoming buddies where we wanted to invest a company, we want us to start a franchise, but capital is a very important, it's a problem to us where we can't lend the capital from the bank. Okay, so what they are doing, they are converting the company into a cooperative sector, whereby you have a more scope of lending the investment, right? So what they did, like in from 1956 they started this cooperative sector, and they started exploiting more on heavy industries or machine building industries, which are giving more profits. Okay, so these are one of the objectives what they had set it from 1956. Okay, coming to the features from 1956, here I have given let me use highlighter. So these are the main features from 1956. Okay, from 1956, why I'm stressing on this point is from 1956 till 1991 the industrialization was different. From 1991 to till now the industrialization is different. Before it was stagnant, but now it is it was that there was a more changes in industrialization. Okay, so again this fine, it's okay. um, Okay. So the main features of features of industrialization from 1956 is role of small scale and cottage industries. I said right, because of more small scale industries, small scale industries in rural development, in rural areas. In rural areas, what it happened is the more focus on employment, the more focus on social issues. So that's why they started introducing small scale and cottage industries, reduction in regional disparities, assistance to private sector, and there was a sound relations, industrial and incentives to the laborers to encourage them. Okay, and to encourage them, they started incentives. Okay, then the management of public undertaking is where started. Anyone is raising hands? Let me check.
No, ma'am, there's no hands raised.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm getting some sounds, some beep sound. Why?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Maybe some disturbance or something, but no one has raised their hand.
This happened first time, ma'am. In this session only, I'm getting some beep sounds, and just now also I got. Okay, maybe some system problem.
Yes, ma'am, maybe.
I will ignore it, ma'am. I will ignore it. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the main features. Now, a diagram. This diagram I had it from one of the website. Okay, so this there are in the present, what I had written here, the present environment, present industrial environment. Now what from 19,
Hello.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking, ma'am.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
wait, let me check. So
There must be some network issue in the college, ma'am. Just check once.
now is it audible? Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it is audible now.
Okay, fine. Okay, so this is a diagram which is showing you the present industrial environment, what is happening now. Okay, so they have divided the industrial environment or the environment of your entrepreneur into three different sections. The first one is internal environment, second one is industry environment, third one is macro environment. Okay, now we are dividing our competencies or our opportunities or our environment into three different sections. Okay, coming to the internal environment. Internal environment is the where you will be focusing on your organization or your company. You will be focusing on the issues or the competencies or the opportunities what you have on your own. So you're in a boundary here. Okay, you're inside the boundary where you will be focusing of changing the competencies or the resources, or it could be a capability, or it could be an opportunities which are constrained only on your company or on your own organization. Okay, coming to the boundary, the next environment which is beside to you, that you call it as industry environment. So this is like an entrepreneur, though he is aware of his product. Here he is in internal environment, he is focusing on his own product or his own requirements, but though he has got a very good knowledge of his product or his profit estimation or whatever the terms he is using, he should also have a very good rapport with the clients what he is having, or the services what that are provided outside the world. Okay, so this is the area where an entrepreneur must focus on the clients, or he must focus on the suppliers of the of his products. Okay, he must focus on who is the customer, who is the valuable customer to him. Okay, see, the same product, whatever he is manufacturing, the product is being manufactured by his competitor also, but he has to choose the right customer, he has to choose the right customer, or who is the competitor to that product. Okay, who is the stakeholder, what are the regulations they are using. So the outside the box, you call it as an industry environment. Okay, then the last one is macro environment. Macro environment is nothing but it's an outside world, or you can simply take it as in terms of it is a union of all the companies in a nation or in a region. In terms of, it could be politically or economically, how your company is being is the role, what is the role of the company in terms of the economy of the nation, that also you have to think, right? I'm a selfish one. Entrepreneur is always selfish, like he will first think about his product, whether he is fetching money on it or whether he's having a profit. But on other side also, he should think how, what is the influencing factor in terms of nation, in terms of economy, in terms of social, okay, in terms of technically, in terms of eco environmental. So all these are, it is a macro, it's a huge world where he even has to have a knowledge in terms of a nation or in terms of the region, what is the development of his company in terms of employment, in development in terms of poverty. So this is the industrial environment, which I divided into three different sections: internal, industry sector or industry environment, macro environment. Is the topic clear to you? Is the topic clear to you, students? Yes, is it clear? I think this diagram I didn't give. Hello,
Explain it again, ma'am.
explain it again. Okay, fine. So our environment in the present scenario from please mute your mics. If it's silent, I can explain. Please mute your mics. Please mute your mics. Please mute your mics. Still I'm
Everybody is muted, ma'am. There is some echo coming.
okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I think some issue today only I'm facing it, maybe because of network in the college. Okay.
While sharing the screen, maybe you have included the system audio. So what you speak
ma'am.
also, we are getting the echo.
Okay, let me again stop sharing and I'll again share it, ma'am. Better.
Yeah, maybe, ma'am.
Shall I
Because
do it again?
yeah, you do it, ma'am. Because what
Ah,
you're speaking, we are able to listen it again. There is an echo coming.